200 grams of all-purpose flour is in this bowl, of which I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, 1 level teaspoon of baking powder. There it goes. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Level teaspoon. 1 level teaspoon of baking soda. So 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix everything together first, and then you can sieve all the dry ingredients. These are the dry ingredients. So we mix everything together. Then what we need is, we need to sieve this all together. Okay, so carefully, let's just put this in. Now, instead of, all-purpose flour, that is 200 grams of all-purpose flour, you can, to be more healthy, or if you're very, very health conscious, you can add 1 cup, or rather 100 grams of whole wheat, okay, whole wheat flour, and 100 grams of all-purpose flour in lieu of the 200 grams of all-purpose flour. Okay, so that's done with. All the dry ingredients are mixed together. And then, let's remember our mixture. Let's incorporate in fact, I don't need this anymore. Carefully, let's incorporate this very, very gently. And also, it will avoid all that horrible noise. Nice smell. Remember, my oven is preheating there. Okay. I don't have the patience to put it little by little. I'm just going to put the whole thing together and mix everything into a lovely cupcake mixture. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of chocolate chips. Okay, it's not necessary, but just want to add, and I love the clatter, beautiful clatter. This is around, well, 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. So, well, in fact, I'm making banana chocolate chip cupcakes. You can leave these out if you don't want them. It's all up to you. Don't have to worry about it. But this is done. It's a perfect consistency. What we have to do is we have to transfer this into our already prepared and lined baking, cup cases. And carefully just fill these cup cases 3/4 up the way, and they'll be done. Okay. So I'm going to carefully lower this. Lovely. Now, you don't have to level them because they'll find their own way. Don't have to worry about that. If there are chunks of small banana pieces, even better. That's lovely. You don't have to mash it all up into a very, very smooth puree or consistency. You can chunk it up with little pieces of bananas, which is going to be really, really exciting. Now, once this is done, we can keep this aside. Everything is transferred into these cupcake trays. Now these are going to swell up. Now, my way, okay, there is a technique of my way. Instead of icing it, make it more bananas, because I am going bananas. by adding bananas on the top of it, sliced bananas on the top. This is my method. It's very tasty also, and also it will avoid all the unwanted, the unwanted icing and extra sugar. Peel a banana, okay, and with a knife, very gently, what you have to do is just slice it diagonally. And just keep it on these cupcakes. And once it bakes, oh, it turns out so lovely. It has a gooey, mushy type of texture. And you really don't need any icing. Now all we need to do is just transfer it to an oven, okay, preheated oven, and bake for just 10 to 15 minutes or till it's done. It's well risen. So come with me. There, bake my darlings. See you after 10 to 15 minutes. Now it's been 10 to 15 minutes. Now it depends upon your oven also. These are getting really brown and, well, golden. And because it's topped off with banana, you may need some more time. So probably 15 to 20 minutes. It depends. The banana, if you're not actually topping it up with the banana, it will, well, take only 10 minutes. If you're topping it off with banana, it will probably take 10 to 15 minutes. And also it depends upon your oven. So, and the best thing is it fills the kitchen and the whole house with a beautiful aroma of bananas. And that's why I always love overripe bananas. Come with me, let's check it out. Yes, they're done. Great. Gorgeous. The smell is lovely. I have to be careful, otherwise I'll burn my hands. Okay. So perfect and done. Absolutely wonderful. A wonderful way of using up your overripe bananas. It's got anti-cancerous properties and it's good for you, so you go ahead and bake them. Did you know that bananas don't grow on trees, but they're the largest herb in the world? Okay, so they are not from banana trees as we usually say, but they are the world's largest herb. Welcome to Jagees Cookbook. Now, yes, as I told you, I'm going to go totally bananas, and this time it's all about bananas. Now, as we all know, bananas are very good for you. It's full of potassium, very rich in potassium. It's rich in B6, vitamin C, and a lot of fiber. Now, recent studies in Japan, scientific research, has shown that they have a factor of overripe bananas, not bananas, overripe bananas. Bananas which people usually, well, if it's too ripe, you don't feel like eating. But it's known, or it's proved, that it has a very, very important factor called the TNF factor. The TNF factor is it's a very important factor called the tumor necrosis factor, and that is the riper the banana is, like the more it has black specks on the skins of the banana, the more anti-cancerous properties it has. So it has the ability to combat abnormal cells. So the best bananas for baking are the very overripe, usually the useless ones we don't feel like eating. But some people, they do love mushy, overripe bananas. Very good for them, because it is good for them, it's proved. Otherwise, you can go ahead and use them for baking and cooking and lots of other things. Now this time, because of this, to make up, or if you've got very, very overripe bananas and you don't know what to do with them, never throw them away, because overripe bananas are very good for milkshakes and smoothies too. So if you don't plan to make a cake or cupcakes, as I'm going to show you today, or muffins, then what you can do is cut them up, put them in a Ziploc pouch and store them, stash them in the deep freeze. And you can take them and use them whenever you really want to. So this is a very good tip. So whenever you have overripe bananas, and usually when you buy bananas nowadays, because it's very hot, the bananas get ripe very, very fast. So don't, put up your noses and say, "Eek, I don't want that." Use it, and it's good for you. So this time I'm going to show you banana cupcakes, which are yummy, 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 and it's made of, obviously, overripe bananas. Now, how we start our banana cupcakes? Very, very simple. Now, I've got my oven preheated at 200 degrees, and it needs to be, well, preheated around 10 minutes or so. I've got my muffin tray or cupcake tray lined with muffin liners or cupcake cases. I've got actually 2 here, which I don't need. Okay, and then just put this aside. I've bananas, obviously, for banana cupcakes you need bananas. Here I've got I've got some overripe bananas, and the more the riper, the better. Now, what I'm going to do here is I need 2 bananas for this recipe. So for that, I need a fork, very, very easy. Well, the more the riper, the easier it is to mash. So you may go, "Yeeks, all brown and everything," but believe me, all the flavor, all the benefits, all the TNF, that is the tumor necrosis factor, the anti-cancerous properties are in these overripe bananas. However yucky they look, they're very good for you. Well, again, overripe bananas, which has got, see, brown specks. They don't look good, but they're very good for you. Now what we need to do here is just mash it with a fork. Okay, easy enough. And like I said, the more the riper, the easier. Okay, now in this we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence or extract in the banana, mashed banana. Now, we need 2 eggs. 2 eggs, just break them in and beat them into the mashed bananas. Next egg, we need 2 eggs. Very, 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 very simple recipe. And we beat this. So we've got 2 overripe bananas, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now you can put half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, powdered cinnamon, okay, if you want to, but I don't feel like putting cinnamon. It really goes well with it. So there's no harm in trying it out. Lovely. The smell is gorgeous. Okay, so that is the first step. Okay, now the second step is we need to beat in the sugar or the cream, the butter with the actual sugar. Okay, so we need around 100 grams of unsalted butter, very soft butter. Nice. Just get every bit out. Don't want to waste anything. There you go. We need around 100 grams of caster sugar, or slightly powdered sugar, not powdered sugar. Okay, so now to beat this, I have just beat it. Always make sure your butter is very soft. Okay, now together with that, we need 100 grams of caster sugar, which is apparently not getting out or refuses to get out of the bowl. Okay, and just cream this well. First, always make sure you just mix everything without the actual machine on, otherwise you would have sugar flying all over the place. Please bear with me the sound, because I know it's a bit irritating, but we have to get this done. Along with this, remember our 2 eggs and our actual banana mixture. We have to slowly incorporate this mixture into the butter and sugar mixture. So very gradually, okay, little by little. Keep on mixing. Okay, so add a little bit, very little bit, beat well, and then keep on doing it till the whole mixture is used up. Okay. Now, I poured in and used up the whole banana and egg mixture. It's well incorporated with this. Now, at this stage, you would realize, or you would notice, that it's a bit curdly. Okay. Now, that's no problem. Don't worry about it. The thing is that the vitamin C of the banana is actually reacting with the butter, and it's creating a curdled effect. So don't worry about it. All you have to do is take some flour and put it in to get it smooth enough. Now, for this recipe, we need 200 grams of flour, all-purpose flour. Okay, 200 grams of all-purpose flour, of which I'm going to actually use. Well, let me get a tablespoon. I'm going to use 1 or 2 tablespoons to actually put it in the mixture, so that we'll get rid of the curdled effect. Okay, so that's done with. Now, what we have to do is just keep this aside, okay, and we have to deal with the flour, the base of the banana cupcake. Now, what we need is, we need a sieve. We need to sieve 200 grams of all-purpose flour with 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda.